Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel English Speaking Dmitry. As I promised, today we are going, my dad and I are going to replace the engine oil in our Duster. I will try to explain all the processes of the replacement. This is our car. It's not comfortable to do the replacement because the ground is dirty. The snow has melted. The snow has already melted. This is our cat, Tyson, named Tyson. Well, before we start, we have to raise our car. We have to raise the car. We don't have any car lift on our plot. And the only method to lift the car is drive onto this piece of wood. So let's get into it. So I have driven on the wood. Now we have access to the engine underneath this piece of something like, I don't know how it's called in English, this piece of stuff. So now we have to unscrew the bolts from this skid plate. It's something like a defense of the engine, a skid plate. So we have to unscrew this bolts. We have six bolts, I think, and thus we can remove the skid plate. Okay, let's do this. Well, removes the skid plate. Let's have a look what we have underneath. So, well, this one, the plug, which we have to unscrew. We have to remove this cap, filler cap, to avoid vacuum. Then we have to unscrew the filter with a filter wrench. I have put on the filter. We need a 22 open end wrench for this filter wrench. This it looks like a crab. So I have not found a pen, but we have this bucket. So before we screw on the filter, we have to put a little oil on the rubber. This will prevent the rubber from twisting, tearing and sticking, and it also creates a tight seal between the rubber and the surface on the engine where the filter is installed. So let's pour a new oil, and by the way, we have there's no sense to fill in this filter with oil, because it's installed like this. We just screw on and then just add a little oil. So I put a little oil on the rubber and it will be great. Well, I have screwed on the filter, a new filter, and this our new oil. By the way, the capacity of the engine is about 5 liters. Well, to get the necessary level of oil in this engine, we have this one canister of 4 liters and two canisters of 1 liter. Before adding the new oil, we have to check that the plug is screwed in and the filter is installed tightly. So when done, we can fill the engine with new oil through this filler hole. Let's do this. So I have filled these two, filled the engine with these two canisters, 1 liter and 4 liters, and my dad says it's not enough, so we have checked the level by dipstick, our dipstick. You know, we will start the engine and let it run for a minute, and then check the level once again. Well guys, I decided to pour a half more oil of this canister, and in total we have 5.5 liters of oil added. Well, my dad has started the engine, so let it run for a minute to circulate the new oil, and then we will have to turn it off and check the level with the dipstick. And if necessary, if the level has dropped, we add a little more oil, and that will be enough and great. So we stop the engine, and now we will check the level of the oil. If the level is fine, we will install back the skid plate and drive back from these 2 blocks of wood, and that will be enough for today. So in total we have added 6 liters, considering that the engine has a capacity of only 5 liters. It's because some oil gets the filter gets some oil. So we have replaced the oil. That's all for today. I think if I explain this process in Russian, it would be sound more professional, but this channel is devoted to my English speaking, and I have to explain all the process of whatever I do in English. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in my next one. Bye.